Good morning, traders. This is Shane Scott, the moderator of Newsware's Trade Talk. At Trade Talk, we're providing you with the most up-to-the-minute news on the market, along with the facts, themes, and short-term trading ideas for the day ahead. Joining me today is our trading anchor, Bill Olson, who brings over 30 years of institutional trading knowledge to our program. We're going to get things started with our markets update. U.S. futures are mixed this morning, with S&P futures down 0.02%, Dow futures up 0.06%, and NASDAQ futures up 0.02%. Investors are looking with more optimistic eyes toward economic recovery, as concern that inflation would spur policy tightening has erased. The calm in the markets comes after words from Chair Jerome Powell on Tuesday that the central bank would be patient in waiting to lift borrowing costs, and reiterating that bigger than expected prices will likely wane. Oil has climbed over $73 a barrel following a more bullish outlook brought upon by data signaling another decline in U.S. crude stockpiles. Elsewhere in markets, commodities like copper and iron ore have climbed. Over in Europe, equities edged lower as drops in retailers and consumer shares outweighed commodity sector gains. Over in Asia, equities advanced. Bill, what are you seeing as far as market updates?
Well, Shane, I've been watching the S&Ps all morning long, and they're displaying slight gains this morning. So, that's kind of nice. I mean, I'm expecting the market to open up higher this morning as it's continuing to digest the various dovish comments that were made yesterday by Fed Chairman Powell. The key economic reports coming out today: new home sales, that should be good. The PPI report, and of course the EIA's oil stockpile report. You look at the API, which is the American Petroleum Institute's report. They showed another draw, so the expectations are for the EIA report to also indicate that another draw in stockpiles, which is bullish for oil. The problem here is you got an OPEC meeting July 1, and Russia and other countries are already out there indicating that they want to do production increases. You start doing production increases at OPEC, that's going to weigh on the price of oil. So this morning, expect oil to start trading higher after those EIA numbers come out. Then, tomorrow and next week, they're going to start to regress a bit because of concerns about the additional production that could be coming online if they agree to these increases in productions. I'm looking over in Europe. Europe is, trading off. Asia was pretty good last night. But I'm still thinking we're going to open up a little positive and kind of remain flat for the day. And then I'm watching for earnings. That's really what I focus on. But that's what I see this morning, Shane.
Well, let's move into earnings to watch. Bill, tell us what we're seeing there.
Info, ticker INFO, inside Nancy Frank outside. They beat by a penny on higher revenue. Guidance was a bit weak here. The estimates are now really on the high end. They came in with estimates for $3.11 to $3.16. And, the street estimate was $3.16. So that's a little bit high, but the stock is trading up 1.24% this morning. What else do I see? WGO, they beat by 39 cents on higher revenue. Patterson Companies, that's PVCO, Paul, David, Charlie, Oscar, they missed by 14 cents on higher revenue. You look at the stock, it's trading off by 2% this morning. And then we have a couple others coming out this morning that just haven't hit the tape yet.
How about insights as far as upcoming earning announcements?
FDX, Federal Express, Frank David X-Ray, they're releasing Thursday after the close. EPS estimates are for $2.36. You're looking for a move of 5.5% here. Nike, that's ticker NKE, Nancy Kilo Edward. They're also releasing Thursday after the close. EPS estimate is 50 cents. You're looking for a 4.77% move here. Remember all those stories back in April about China? This could be a negative report coming out for Nike tomorrow afternoon. Ticker DRI, David Richard India, they're releasing on Thursday. EPS is for $1.77. You're looking for a move of 7.19%. And RAD, which is ticker RAD, Richard Apple David, it's Rite Aid, the pharmaceutical firm, or the pharmaceutical convenience store. EPS is 32 cents. Expected move is 13.3% here.
Moving into our economic reports, Bill, tell us what we're seeing as far as reports today.
In terms of economic reports, at 9:45 a.m., we have the PMI composite flash report coming out. At 10 a.m., we have the new home sales figures being released. At 10:30, we have the EIA oil stockpiles report, which is widely anticipated, which will be released. Fed speak coming up today. We at 9:10 a.m. We have the Fed Bank Governor, Michelle Baumann, will be speaking. At 11 a.m., we have Atlanta Fed Bank President Raphael Bostic giving a speech. And at 4:30 p.m., we have Boston Fed Bank President Eric Rosengreen giving a speech.
Moving into our morning's critical insights, starting things off with one on Gilead Sciences, ticker GILD. The federal authorities have seized dozens of shipments of unauthorized versions of Gilead Sciences' COVID-19 treatment remdesivir at U.S. airports headed for distribution in Mexico. They were being smuggled by individuals to Mexico for patients willing to pay a high price for the drugs. Gilead share price is up 0.06% in pre-market. News on Sunoco, ticker SON. The company is increasing prices for all grades of uncoated recycled paperboard in the U.S. and Canada by a minimum of 6% in response to solid demand. Price hikes will be effective on or after July 26th. In other news, WEX, ticker WEX, has been awarded the California statewide fleet card contract by California's Department of General Services. News on Amazon, ticker AMZN. The company announced today 14 new renewable energy projects in the U.S., Canada, Finland, and Spain. With the projects, the company aims to advance its goal to power 100% of the company's activities with renewable energy by 2025, which is 5 years ahead of its original target of 2030. The new projects brings Amazon's total renewable energy investments to 10 gigawatts of electricity, which is enough to power 2.5 million U.S. homes. In other news, Xpeng, ticker XPEV, has been allowed to advance its plans to raise funds through the Hong Kong IPO, making the company subject to regulations of both U.S. and HK regulators. According to reports, Xpeng's plan to raise between $1 billion and $2 billion in the upcoming IPO. Xpeng's share price is up 3.85% in pre-market. And to note on them, Citi analysts have raised their price target on Xpeng from $50 to $50.30, arguing based on terminal value that Xpeng is more valuable than its rival NIO. News on Ant Group, a subsidiary of Alibaba, ticker BABA. The company is in talks with the Chinese state-owned enterprises to create a credit scoring company. Alibaba's share price is up 0.75% in pre-market. News on Tesla, ticker TSLA. Tesla has reportedly launched its first charging facility for electric vehicles in China, according to Chinese social media posts. The charging station in Lhasa City will generate power from sunlight, which will be stored in energy storage facilities. Tesla's share price is up 0.48% in pre-market. News on AstraZeneca, ticker AZN. The company's lung cancer treatment has been granted conditional approval for use in China. AstraZeneca's share price is up 1.14% in pre-market. Lastly, for me, one on Amgen, ticker AMGN. The company announced that the Japanese Ministry of Health has granted marketing approval for its migraine treatment. Amgen's share price is down 0.25% in pre-market. Bill, what are you seeing as far as this morning's news?
You know, Shane, I break my news alerts down into specific segments. I'm looking at specific events that are upcoming, and I'm looking for specific industry segments. I like to get the news when it's hot and see if there's any price action to, take advantage of. I'm looking at my FANG alert this morning, and one of the stories that gained my interest was one from Apple, where Apple CEO was warning Congress that their claims and he's claiming that the antitrust bills were rushed. It's very possible. Now, Apple is really kind of stepping up its fight to maintain control over its apps that can be installed onto their PCs and iPhones. In a report that was released today, the company is arguing that, allowing users to download apps directly to their iPhones without having to use the App Store is likely to harm customers and threaten privacy protections. And, it's going to complicate parental controls and potentially expose users to ransomware attacks. It's a good argument. Google, ticker GOOG, a collection of state attorney generals may file a lawsuit against Google as soon as next week, alleging that Google is violating antitrust laws with its Google Play mobile store. Amazon, as you mentioned, they're pursuing 14 new renewable energy projects in the US, Canada, and Europe. They really want to be, on renewable energy by 2025. I see that Tesla is looking to, launch its first charging facility for electronic vehicles in China. My Dow Jones 30 alert hit on Boeing, ticker BA. Boy, Apple, they received a $580 million contract from Special Operations Command delivery order. Microsoft, China apparently is blocking LinkedIn accounts for several of its scholars, which is interesting. Verizon, ticker VZ, Victor Zebra. Citibank just opened up a positive catalyst watch on Verizon ahead of the Q2 earnings report. And McDonald's, it's very interesting that yesterday McDonald's introduced a rewards program, which is following similar announcements from Starbucks and Chipotle. Wells Fargo, I see they just raised their price target on the stock this morning. And, another interesting item in this burger category is Shake Shack, ticker SHAK, Sam, Harry, Apple, Kilo. They're said to be opening up plans for 70 new restaurants in China and 10 right away. So that could be interesting on the shares of Shake Shack this morning. In terms of option headlines, you've got to keep a look on the volatility data in the FANG stocks. For example, Facebook, the 30 ticker FB, Frank Boyd, the 30-day option implied volatility is at 24, whereas in the 52-week range is 22 to 55. Google, ticker GOOG, the 30-day option implied volatility is at 20, whereas in the 52-week range is 19 to 49. Amazon, ticker AMZN, the 30-day option implied volatility is at 22 compared to the 52-week range of 21 to 64. In terms of events going on today, Clovis, that's ticker CLVS. At 10:30 today, they're having a shareholders meeting, and ticker VIVE is having their shareholders meeting at noon today. One important note is yesterday we mentioned the GSK, GlaxoSmithKline, was having their shareholders meeting. If you look at the stock today, it's really having a rally this morning as the company is, really coming off some positive news about their restructuring efforts that they're doing and a possible spinoff. So ticker GSK on the rise this morning.
Moving into our Trade Talk picks for today, I'm picking Darden, ticker DRI. It's priced for a 10% move. This is a play for running into earnings, so not earnings itself, but moving into it. Although top-line results are likely to reflect sequential improvement in same restaurant sales on ramped-up vaccinations and increased dining room capacity. So I do expect some excitement or some positivity going into their earnings announcements, which will come before the open on Thursday. So that's my pick. What's your pick looking like, Bill?
I'm going with Progressive Software. It's ticker PRGS, Paul, Richard, Gray, Sam. This is an earnings play. Earnings are scheduled for Thursday afternoon. The estimate is 72 cents. It's priced for an 8% move, which is about $3.50. Brokers appear to remain positive on the stock. I'm looking at last quarter, and they delivered a nice guidance raise in their last EPS report. So I'm positive. I'm looking for a little bit of a run into earnings from Progressive Software, particular PRGS today.
Moving into what's hot off the press, this is the news that's hitting the tape as we speak. That'll be moving the stocks today. Let's go ahead and get into it. Bill, which are the headlines we should be letting traders know about?
Here's one on OPEC Plus. They apparently are mulling to ease output curbs by 500,000 barrels per day. So they would raise the output quotas for its cartel members. Home Depot, ticker HD, Happy David. Home Depot's launching online rental reservations.
Peloton, ticker PTON, has reportedly disabled a free running feature on its treadmills, forcing owners to pay up.
See, Deutsche Bank put a catalyst call buy idea on Walgreens Booth Alliance, ticker WAG, William Applegrace. Here's one on CRM at Salesforce.com, Charlie, Richard, Mary. Amazon and Salesforce expand their partnership to unified technology platforms.
One on Foxconn, ticker HNHPF. Foxconn and Gogoro have entered into an MOU for technology and manufacturing partnership.
Corteva, it's ticker CTVA, Charlie, Tom, Victor, Apple. CEO James Collins Jr. is set to retire at the end of the year. Here's one on Biogen, ticker BIIB, boy, India boy. Biogen now says it plans to complete confirmatory study for its Alzheimer's drug earlier than required.
That's interesting. Those Alzheimer's drugs really seem to move things in a positive way.
Keep an eye on shares of Lilly for that. They have a good one as well. LLY, ticker Larry Yellow.
Anything else interesting for you, Bill?
PVH, Paul Victor Henry. They're back in their 2021 EPS view of $6.50, whereas the consensus is $6.72. But that's all I'm seeing, Shane.
Okay, same here. So that's going to do it for what's hot off the press. But traders, keep in mind you can receive the same breaking stories that we do simply by subscribing at newsware.com. Check us out for a free trial today. It will definitely up your trading game. Moving into our scoreboard, talking about how our picks did from Tuesday. I had Merck, ticker MRK, which opened at $76.59 and really just remained flat with a gradual downward trend before closing at $76.19 for a 0.52% loss for the day. How do yours end up doing, Bill?
Did okay. Micron, ticker MU, Michael Under, opened up at $77.61, hit a high of $78.28. Then the Jerome Powell thing happened, and all the stocks went flat, and they wound up closing at $77.66. So it was positive. It wasn't the big of a move as I was hoping for, but it was still positive. So we can't complain.
Nice. Well, that's going to do it for us here at Trade Talk. But traders, you know what to do. Let's get out there. Let's make some green.